Vegas, Tbull here. Today we got to look at a new legendary tier ship. That's right, American legendary tier Battleship Montana. We got Sims on the screen there. Also played around with Lee. That's the build I got currently, but this game, we had no mods. Okay, you might be saying to yourself, why would this guy be playing with no mods? If you've ever seen me stream on a day where we get a bunch of new ships, typically I'll play at least the first game without mods on them. I think this one I got about 4 or 5 of them in before I noticed that we were going bare boned. Okay, so artillery plotting room slot 4. Now with Sims here at the level I got them, slot 3 dispersion perk maxed. That's a 10% reduction in dispersion. Artillery plotting room 11%. Okay, so if we put Lee in this, which is the other build I've been playing with, get a couple extra heals, we would still have better aim than we will in this game. Okay, but if we have Sims on here and the artillery plotting room, then the guns get quite accurate. What's going on with the guns? 4 turrets, 3 guns per 406 millimeters. Okay, so these are the same guns that all the tier 7 American battleships have, except for Georgia, I believe, with the bigger ones, 457 if I recall. So similar gun performance on that. This ship, how we'll see it in here, we don't have the prop mod, obviously. Okay, but once you get that on there, the ship actually does maneuver pretty comfortably. Fairly high speed, 30 knots in the water, tied with the Grover for the top at the tier. Turn circle 950, not too bad. It's kind of above average, I guess, for battleships at this tier. And no rudder shift. We got 22.2 seconds on the rudder shift, which is higher than the other builds of my legendary tier battleships. So, maneuverability pretty good overall. The guns hit the least hard out of all the legendary tier battleships that we currently have. Of course, that's because we're using the smaller guns. But the AA, we actually have 100 rating on this puppy. Next highest, Conqueror 95, Grover 93, and Yamato 88. Okay, so you can see there when we do connect with these guns, they certainly can pack a punch. But yeah, that's kind of a rundown on the stats. Range, I got mine spec'd out to 17.4 when I wrote them down. Now that's with Lee. I don't go max range with my American battleships like a lot of the space cadets in the game do. But I think we'd have it a little bit longer range with the Sims build. So armor scheme, it's pretty decent. A lot, these high caliber legendary tier battleship guns, they'll still do a fair amount of damage on against this ship. So it's not striking me as the all-time most durable battleship, but if you're angling properly, especially when you're hitting or getting hit rather by the tier 7 guns, you can protect yourself fairly well. If you're showing the full complement of guns like we are here at a 45-degree angle, if you see there on the diagram, then you can take some damage. The Loyang that we were attempting to shoot there did get a nice torp salvo off and whacked us pretty dang hard there. Takes us down to just under half of our health. You can see we just shy of 90,000 health on this guy. 86,600 base when we're not running the Sims, who of course increases your ship's HP, so that's kind of the base. That'll be bigger than the Conqueror, but of course lower than the Yamato and the Grosser Kurfürst as well. So kind of middle of the pack in terms of a lot of the stats. Play style, I've been playing it pretty carefully. Played a few games on Greece, or some of these island maps, the newer maps. And you want to be playing near these islands as best you can. You don't want to be getting shot from multiple guys, because if you're really focusing on the angling, once again, you can protect yourself fairly well. But once we're starting to get some crossfire shots, especially when we're not trying to protect ourselves from them, then we can kind of get chewed up here. I just want to point out here on the Vanguard, a lot of people really don't like this ship, and understandably, but you can see 4 ricochets there, and that's kind of the key to the Vanguard. I'm not trying to make this a Vanguard video, but if you're angling in really tight like that, it's very hard to damage that thing, save for probably Yamato. So you give up a lot of your firepower, of course, angling that way, but you can protect yourself quite well. So we're going to aim up on him here, trying to get these heals off. We got 2 more heals left in the inventory. Use one there. And you can see, these are nice tight groupings for battleships, and once again, we don't have the slot 4 mod that will enhance the accuracy quite a bit on this. So expect this thing to be quite accurate when you're playing it, especially if you're speccing for accuracy with Sims. You can see here we've cleared out that flank, and we have access to their home cap. Now this is huge here on these 4 cap domination mode games, especially when they're in this triangle formation. If we can snag their home cap, maintain our home cap, and we already got control of the middle here, that's going to give us a nice setup here in terms of winning the game. Not really sure how long we're going to be able to stick around here, because you can see we're down to just shy of 25,000. Got a Georgia aiming at us. Of course, we're trying to aim up there. We got the Grosser Curvers coming around here broadside. And we're thinking, okay, well, if we're going to go down here, we'll either get one more shot on the Georgia. We also got something spraying some HE from down yonder. How about the Grosser? He's coming around. We got this broadside shot. Thinking to cells, well, maybe we'll get one more salvo off here. Maybe try and make it count, get a little bit more damage. But if we can get behind this island, once again, the heal is only 30 seconds away. That'll be key. Now we can protect ourselves for the shots coming and heal up a little bit. That'll bring us back to that 25,000 mark, give or take. So we're going to take a little bit of a risk here. Okay, we got to basically get off. Luckily, the Grosser's attention was divided, or he changed his focus onto someone else, so that allows us to get out of there alive. We do have that Kaba. I believe it's a Kaba, that destroyer out there as well. We got to keep an eye on him, but can't worry about shooting him. Once again, need to get safe, get that heal off. And we're thinking if we can reposition here. Looking on the map, we do have a lot of potential broadside battleships as well. So now we've got up to 116,000, just, you know, maybe 1.5 times our ship's HP and damage. So not horrible at this point in time. We've kind of played or paid our way into this game by doing at least our own HP and damage. And conceptually, we're just kind of viewing the team HP as one way to win the game. You can reduce the enemy team's team HP down to 0, and if we're damaging their team HP more than they're able to damage us, our team's HP, by shooting us, then we're kind of doing good in terms of that win condition. Okay, so Grover was coming around here. He was angling a little bit, turning broadside as he's going around there to get a decent shot there. Bismarck's looking low. We are getting detected here. Got to get kind of behind these islands on the left-hand side of the screen, those kind of pointy islands there. That's where the bulk of the battleship fleet is going to be, and we don't want them to be able to sneak shots around here. So we're taking a risk. Now, we're not spotted at the moment. That makes it a little bit easier, but Bismarck, if he catches us in the broadside, could very easily sink us here. So just kind of rolling the dice, hoping that he doesn't notice us or doesn't land the shot. We did get one off on him, and luckily, the backline Betty Bismarck has HE loaded. I don't know if he was fighting a destroyer or if that's his preferred shell, but that reduces the potential damage that we're going to take. Go ahead and use the damage con since we drop spot and we're proceeding behind the island. Didn't quite finish the Bismarck off there, but he is pretty low. And we're going to go ahead and try and get this final shot off on him. Go ahead and fire there. Trying to keep the back guns loaded and get him into position for the destroyer that's coming around. But Bismarck on the ropes, but he's not down yet, so we're forced to use the back 2 turrets. Take another shot there, and that should take him down. We're keeping an eye on the Lightning's health. You'll see we keep checking his health there. That's because the Kaba, mean son of a gun. Of course, he's going to outgun him. The Lightning should be popping smoke here. I'm wanting him to be alive as long as possible, though, because he is spotting this Kaba for us, and that'll allow us to help support him and hopefully take this guy down. There you can see the game is becoming quite lopsided at this point in time, and the destroyer running amok is really kind of their last-ditch hope at this juncture. So we got him with a decent shot on the first salvo. Of course, we got the staggered firing due to the shots we took earlier. Get him with a follow-up shot down. He's low. He takes down the Lightning. Okay, we got the Wichita. He was the guy who was raining some HE on us earlier. Of course, we do remember that, and we'll be looking to get him if we can sink this destroyer. Shots away on the Kaba there. Looks like he slams on the brakes. So we adjust the shot for the follow-up. And just as he goes dark, we get that final shot off. Now, if it doesn't hit him, he can potentially start playing with the caps or cause havoc with the torps. But luckily, down he goes. We're at 160 here, so we're not doing too bad. Not quite double our ship's HP and damage, but this is primarily a Tier 7 game with just a few legendaries sprinkled in. So there wasn't a lot of team HP available. You can see we got the high caliber and the Confederate already. And more importantly, we've managed to stay alive when it was looking pretty dicey earlier, but we focused on disengaging, using those heals, staying alive as long as possible, and that allowed us to basically double our damage in that span, get the destroyer off there, and now we got shots coming in at the Wichita, who's of course dangerous. Yeah, we're up in ships here, but the Wichita, if he's got that radar and if he's using it properly, could kill those destroyers. And then of course I'm low, and you never know what's going on with the other guy. But the Grober gets torped there, and the Wichita is now on the run. So he's coming around here. He will note that we are here, right here, as we get spotted. Quickly turns away. He doesn't want any of this. I don't blame him. Ricochet has shot off the commander's portal, or whatever the heck that thing's called, but the follow-up slams into him there, and big damage. And now he's running for his life. He's less than 5,000 health. He did dodge the torpedo salvo there. Pops the radar, probably trying to get some revenge on that destroyer. See if you can pull off a miracle here. We're trying to charge forward. Want to make sure we get the shot off, connect with him, just to make sure that we can wrap this game up. So Montana, I played it, I don't know, 7, 8, 9, 10 games, something in that range. Pretty decent ship. It's probably not my all-time favorite, but I think a lot of you guys, especially American Battleship fans, will find it quite enjoyable. So that's going to do it for that one, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up. New to the channel, consider subscribing. We've got lots of World of Warships, and it's coming all the time. Questions, comments, leave them below. I'd love to hear from you guys, and see y'all later. Peace.